I packed up the car and drove down here in 1974. It took well over a month, maybe 2 months to get here. I didn't hurry or anything.
Meet Lewis Wilson, an adventure seeker who left Florida for Costa Rica in search of good waves and a simple life.
It was what a lot of people dream it would be like to go to a paradise setting and just apply yourself to being alive.
Now he runs one of the oldest eco-tourist destinations in Central America and has put his life on the line to protect the natural resources in this Costa Rican paradise.
We wanted to show the world what an important natural environment we had to protect. Here comes one through the trees. Oh, the monkeys! When you are impeding millions of dollars of investment, you're putting yourself in the line of fire in Central America. I could very easily not have to do anything that involves conservation ever again in my life. It's just not something you can stop doing. This is all part of the Tamarindo Wildlife Refuge. The rest of it is all natural beach.
Aw, you just gave me goosebumps. It's so beautiful, it really is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
On the Pacific shore of Costa Rica lies Playa Grande, a nature lover's dream filled with tropical rainforests, beautiful beaches, and an array of wildlife. Lewis Wilson, a former Florida native, has been at the forefront of protecting this area through his ecotourism resort, Hotel Las Tortugas, as well as other conservation efforts. Although he's been fighting the good fight for the last 20 years, he's finally taking some time to relax and enjoy what Costa Ricans call the pura vida. So let's go meet Lewis and see what that really means to him.
Hi, Savannah.
I'm Savannah.
Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm so glad you could join us. So this is Hotel Las Tortugas. This is Guanacaste's oldest ecotouristic destination.
And how long ago did you build it?
Oh my goodness, we started in 1986.
So basically you were doing ecotourism before the concept of ecotourism existed.
Well, we didn't have any money, so we didn't know what we were doing. I was just a surfer that loved the area.
Amazing. Well, could you show me around a little bit?
Yeah,
I'd love to see all your efforts over all the years.
Oh, it's great you're here to see us. Thanks. We have lots of hammock areas on the other side, and we have lots of porches, and you'll see our dining room goes all the way around the building, and there's a cafe area where you can sit on a beachfront, and all the birds and all the monkeys come in, and they all kind of hang around here. Our facility here, Hotel Las Tortugas, is actually the beginning of nature tourism. We would protect the nature here as our tourist attraction and hire local people. We have 40 employees. Every single person who works here, they realize that this is all extremely valuable because it brings economic good to them. Has also brought a sense of pride to them for their area and for being Costa Ricans, and for, it really works. It's terrific.
And you're at the forefront of that, man.
No, it's a huge success. Today we have an 1,100-acre national park here, which goes out into the sea.
This is a nice view, Lewis.
So this is our break here. And this is the main break right here where you see these big waves rolling through.
So how does a Florida boy like you end up in Costa Rica?
Let's see. We packed up the car and drove down here in 1974.
Wow.
Yeah, just drove straight from Florida. It took, I think, well over a month, maybe 2 months to get here. We didn't hurry or anything. I lived in Miami in the 50s, and it was an amazing playground to grow up in. I went diving and fished all over Florida, went to the Keys. I spent time in the Bahamas. I spent time in Puerto Rico, where we would literally live in a shack. And I surfed and fished, and it was amazing and fun. I was surfing in Puerto Rico, and I had some friends there that had family in Costa Rica and kind of told me about it. The trip to Costa Rica for me was not about abandoning ship in the United States. I love the United States. I would actually live there now if I could find a place with warm water where I could surf. Maybe.
I'm Robert Musial. I met Lewis in Florida. We were about 19, 20 years old. Well, Lewis and I were trying to live in Florida, but it was obvious that that wasn't going to work. I came to New York and he went to Costa Rica. I like New York, but deep in every winter, just for a moment, you know, I go, I could be on a beach.
I arrived in Costa Rica in 1974 and drove into Tamarindo, which back then was a shack village. There was nobody there. It was actually what a lot of people dream it would be like to go to the Blue Lagoon or Paradise setting and just apply yourself to being alive. In the mid-90s, I met a woman here named Carrie, and she's now my wife. She would come down here and go surfing. She's an amazing surfer. For me, it was the culmination of this fantasy that I've had since I was a grade schooler. She just fit exactly my idea of the person I have always looked for. This is my wife, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie. Nice to meet you. No, I like it that way. What's that they say? The couple that surfs together stays together?
What Carrie and I love about this is the beauty of it. I would say every day we have an experience that we just feel the beauty of where we live.
When I first started surfing with Louis, he didn't let me talk to him. You know, you get kind of bored sometimes sitting out there. You want to chat, yeah, because he wants to hear the sound of the pelicans going by, just their wings on the water, right above the water. It's his meditation. He sits out there, and it's all about space, quiet.
An occasional really good wave.
There you go.
Hi, Savannah. Would you like to see some pictures of when we started all this?
You know what I like about this?
What?
That you actually have photos and it's not a computer.
Well, it's before computers, a lot of it. This is us just starting the building. That was my pickup truck. Here's my crew.
So this is the building we're sitting in right now?
Yes.
It's amazing. Wow, you literally built this place with your own 2 hands.
Oh,
and
yeah.
a few other hands.
What we wanted to do is we wanted to bring in this very heavy ecotourism thing so that we could teach people the world, show the world what an important natural environment we had to protect. So for 6 years, all we did was bring people in airplanes and fling them every 2 days between the different eco destinations. In our destination, they went canoeing, we studied the tide pools, and then they saw the turtles at night. Every night we had about 100 of those come into the beach and lay their eggs, so you could go out and sit under the stars and watch the giant, that's how big they are. They weighed about 1,000 pounds. This was the most important nesting site in the Occidental Pacific for the giant leatherback turtle. And invariably one of these 1,000-pound dinosaurs would crawl up on the beach and lay their eggs next to us while we watched. And then all around us would be these baby turtles popping out of the sand. It was just this big party every night. And people really wanted to see that. We still have them, but not in the numbers that we used to have them here.
How much have the numbers decreased?
Oh gosh. Well, the ocean is deteriorating, but we probably went from about 3,000 in our herd to maybe several dozen.
Wow.
This time of the year, your chances of seeing a turtle here are next to nothing. The sea is really degrading quickly. But the real satisfaction that I have for what happened is because of what the protection the estero got, the estuary. The estero is our estuary. The hotel is right next to. It's where the wildlife sanctuary is now. It's on the Ramsar protection list, and it's considered to be one of the 200 most important wetlands on the planet. Of course, we didn't know that then. I just saw this amazing thing with these birds, and I knew that people would like to see it, and it added to our area, and it would help the hotel. So I started taking people back there, and of course, that just blew up. I only had to take one group, and then I had Audubon people writing me, and you know, it just went on and on and on. And as all this is going on, the local people here would go into the estero and take the clams and the baby birds and the white-faced monkeys and so on because they could sell them. Today it's called poaching, and it was part of the subsistence existence that they were all living here. And then around 1990, Tamarindo started to kind of burst at the seams. It happened really quickly. At one point, they were actually going to put a bridge into Playa Grande and bring the electricity and the water, and this was going to be a bedroom community of Tamarindo, which is now a town. You know, you may as well be in Acapulco, practically.
And I bet when you were sitting here in the middle of all this rebar, you had no idea what this was all going to turn out to be.
No, I never thought it would go this far. I just felt like from this incredibly happy life that I was leading, which was doing exactly what I wanted to do, I had this itch in the back going, it's being torn apart, you're losing it. This is going to be like Miami. So I knew it was coming here.
When you first started bringing trips back here, it wasn't developed, there weren't any roads or anything, right?
There was nobody. When you are impeding millions of dollars of investment, you're putting yourself in the line of fire in Central America. This could be an amazing park, but so far I haven't been able to get anybody in the groove. It's all been this political posturing, and nobody's figured out what the future of this could be.